Good evening. Happy Friday, everybody. What's happening? If this was back in my day, I would be watching Creature Features right now. We'd be doing the Creature Features adventure. Let me unplug this and get ourselves all set. And we're going to do this all colors. Oh, well. Okay, very good. What's up, RW? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, we are looking good. All right, so I have some misadventures to go over and some fun stuff to go over and not so fun stuff. But everything's fun. What's up, Jingles? How you doing today? Okay, we got to do a repair. I got to repair this guy. So this is a piece that was given to my mom's nurse, and it took an accident during a move. So it has the little piece rows on it, and we have to go in and do a little surgery on it. So we're going to go in and fix her all up. I'm just debating whether I need to do it with like preheating all the way. I could probably preheat the rows. And I don't think I need to preheat this. I think I can get away with not doing that. I think I can get away with not doing that. We'll find out. Gonna park that in there though. Okay. The arrowhead turned out awesome. You want to see it? You guys want to see the arrowhead? We'll be all good. What's up, John? Yeah, we could bring out the arrowhead. Let me pull on the side view. And I happen to have the arrowhead right here. We're going to bring it up. And there she is. We're going to use the flashlight to kind of enhance it a tiny bit so you can, there's the green. I think it came out cool with that blue-green. You know, we modified it last night, and I think I like the modifications a lot better. I'm pretty happy with the change in direction. Yeah, I like the change in direction with it. What's up, baby? Hey, Bayo, I can't find an email from you. I looked all over last night. Can you make sure you message me at thefieryguy@outlook.com? If you can do me a favor for that. I looked all over for your email. I couldn't find it. So if you wouldn't mind messaging me at thefieryguy@outlook.com, I would greatly appreciate it. Would I rather fight R. Kelly or Diddy? I'd rather let them fight. Actually, I'd like to see Diddy and R. Kelly fight naked against Michael Vick's dogs. That would be great. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Joking. Yeah. Let the dogs have some revenge. Anyway, let's get this party started. I want to try the skull tonight, this little skull version. I want to try it with a glow-in-the-dark background. So we're going to do black on the back, but we're also going to make it a glow-in-the-dark marble as well. So we're going to incorporate both versions. You updated it? Okay, Bale. I want you to know I looked all over for your message and I couldn't find it. I didn't want you to think I wasn't looking, and I looked all over for it. So I just wanted you to know that. So we're going to do this tonight. We're going to make the skull, and we're going to transform it into a really cool looking marble. So we got the little ghosty version. I do like this look right here. This is my favorite look right here. When the skull is kind of at a 3/4 mark, I think that looks cool right there. That's my favorite look. I like that better than the head-on. So the head-on looks good, but this from the side where it has a little dimension to it, I think that is my favorite look. And I love that style. So, and we also did I don't know if I can put this up here. Let me see if I can bring this up. So I didn't turn this to a wine topper. We went with a acrylic base on this guy. I wanted to incorporate it a little different, but this is why. You know, we got all the little colors bouncing through there. And I didn't want to do a acrylic or a wine topper. It started becoming fragile, I thought. So I just turned it into a full-blown sculpture. And I think it looks better with the acrylic base. And it's definitely much more, it's able to be cleaned a lot better with that base. So if you go to clean it or do anything with it, you can remove it from the base and clean it and then put it back in. So I like that look. I'm going to show you one more time here. From down here, you can see all the pinks running through it. Actually, I need to angle it just a little bit like that. So you see all the pink running through and the greens. I just think it came out good. Like that. I actually do have a light base to it. Of course I do. What do you think that is? Right there. That's why it's there. Yeah, it looks good on the light base too. So this light base is the rotating one. And then I just found these new marble stands. I forgot I ordered these. I really forgot about these guys. I'm going to show you on the side view. I love this guy right here. This is like my favorite marble base. They're not cheap, but isn't that cool? So it's just a little iconic marble base in there. I am on early, Mike. So that's going to be my goal tonight. I want to make the skull to fit in that. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. If I could find my skull attachment. All right, I got to find my skull pusher. That doesn't even sound right, skull pusher. But there it is right there. So this is the skull. I'm just going to bring it in so y'all can see it sideways. Sorry for all the side view stuff here, but this is how I get the guy right there. So there's my little skull pusher. So that's how we get the little guy there. The hummingbird is for sale. It is currently for sale, yes. The one in the acrylic base is for sale. What size marble is that? I think that is 2.5-inch marble. So this one will accommodate all the way up to 4-inch marbles. Catastrophic. How are you? Ray, what's going on? How are you doing? How do you buy it? You have to message us at thefieryguy@outlook.com. It's all good. Yeah, we can do it from there. What's up, Colleen? How are you? Let me give out to my shout outs to all the regulars on here. Melissa, KCH, Colleen Glass, Matthew, Dragonfly Creation, Groves Glass Gallery, John White. Hello, how are you? Bayo. Who else do we got hanging in here? I feel like Romper Room. We got Ray, we got Catastrophic, we got Trofer. I don't see L to the B. We got Daisy Girl hanging in. That was my Romper Room moment. All right, let us make some, let's make a marble. We're going to park this guy off to the side at the moment. I do not want to mix it up. First things first, I want to finish the little octopus wine topper. So this will be a wine topper. I'm not going to change it up. So we created a little octopus wine topper today, earlier. I will bring it on the side view. This guy right here. Oh man, I can't. This guy right here. So the bottom, the inside of there will glow in the dark. We got a little corkscrew in there. And then the best part about this is that. Can you guys see all the colors running through him? Like that? That's what I was talking about. KL, how are ya? Good to see you. All right, let's go. So I do want to add a little bit to the octopus. I want to add the little suction cups to the legs. I think I have enough room to be able to add the suction cups on there. So I want to give it a little more detail. And then we're going to get into making the skull marble. So we got to warm this guy up though. What's up, KL? How are you doing? Yeah, you messaged this page? No, TikTok is not the way to message. You have to message me at thefieryguy@outlook.com. I literally get 500 to 700 messages a day on TikTok. I cannot filter them all out. KL, you just message me at thefieryguy@outlook.com and I will take care of your birthday ornament. You have been such a huge supporter on this channel and all of it. I'm going to make your birthday present. I got you. You just message me and we'll talk about what you want to make. We're going to make it. This is on me. You have been such a huge supporter. You know, every time I'm like on here, live goals are hit, all that stuff. Yeah, we're going to take care of you. All right, let's get the little suction cups on here. And if you want to do something awesome for your 60th, we could definitely do that. You know me, I will make it rock. Thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Mama Bear, thank you for the heart meat. I appreciate it. All right, so we're getting the little suction cups on here. We should have a keyword every time the GF comes up. You know that? We should have like a keyword when someone types GF in there. We should have a keyword that we type in there. What do y'all think about that? Like a funny response. Like a personal inside joke. I'll let you guys decide on the keyword. All right, here we go. Gonna come through. We got to add these dots. we're just coming through. Dot, 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 dot. I should have put my glasses on for this because I could barely see what the hell I'm doing. I'm literally flying blind here, like braille vision. Oh. Yeah, sorry. The messages that come through, I literally get, no joke, 500 to 700 messages a day on TikTok, and it filters in different. It's weird. I could suggest what my bathroom hand towel said. Oh, there you go, Kale. Whatever you need. Yeah, we could do that. All right, last little bit. I'm going to show you. Yeah, I like these little suction cup dots. I think they look good. Yeah, I have Nightbot. I definitely have Nightbot. But Nightbot got a little aggressive. Look, you guys know what to do with the trolls. When the trolls come in, you guys get to rate them. Is that due to triple D? No, I'm more of an A cup. I'm not quite a triple D. But thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I'm more of an A cup. Not a triple D. No triple Ds here. All right, let's bring in the side view. Now we added the little dots on there. Gave it a little character. I'm debating on whether we stab the centers of all those. A little far. But yeah, we added a little bit. Look at the blues coming out in the head. I told you this guy was going to be amazing. All right, we're going to park him in the kiln now. Oh, Wendy, every time someone says, is this triple D, I always say, no, I'm more of an A cup. That's all. Anytime someone says triple D, I always refer back to it. That's kind of my response. Okay, so let's get started on the skull marble. What do y'all say? All right, we have the tool here. Let's make sure I have a fresh silver nugget. We're going to bring it out here. And there we go. So what I'm creating now is the, it's a silver rod that contains a little silver nugget on it. And this is what will allow me to apply silver to the glass. I need to find a long enough one, though. I need to find the right silver rod here. Oh, you are definitely qualified. Let's see if I can break it off. Nope. All right, let's remove this. We'll prep it for the skull. Bring it out. Yeah, people don't know that they get, on like Fridays, I'm spicy. It's like a full moon for me. Friday nights are spicy night. What's up, Wendy? How you doing? All right, here we go. We're going to pick up the little silver nugget here. And so what's going to happen is there's a little tiny silver nugget here. I'm going to be able to show it from the side camera now. I like this side camera. It shows so much detail that you guys don't get to miss out anymore. So there's the little silver nugget sitting there. Can you all see it right there? Right in the center of that rod, that little shiny spot. I know it's a little fuzzy right now, but that is the silver nugget that we use. And there's a little tiny guy like that. But you can't make it too big. The drawback of making it too big is the silver will literally drop and fall off. So that's not a good thing. All right, let's get started. We're going to make the skull marble. I'm going to park this guy right there. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. There. So when someone asks, you can point right there to the little skull guy right there. All right, let's get started. So this one's definitely going to be in a unique pattern. We're going to add glow in the dark to the back of it. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any catastrophic problems here. We're going to use this. So we're going to start off with the thicker rod, bring it down, and create the base of the skull marble. It's going to shatter. Watch. Yeah, it's still cracking. So that cracking happens after I've dipped it in the water to kind of break it off, and then it has a little residual. Creates a basically a thermal fracture inside there. And then it's not tempered after that. It's literally fractured inside, little fractures. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now? Oh, that's the way to do it. Gotta have a peanut butter and jelly. That's like my bomb. Peanut butter and jelly is my specialty. Okay, there we go. We are all set. So again, what we are making is the skull version of this, but we're going to do a glow-in-the-dark background on this guy. And I'm debating on making it into a wine topper. I don't know. I can make this one into a wine, but I really want to make it fitting for this. So I've got like 6 of these guys right here, these marble stands. I thought the skull would look really cool in that. I think that would look really good. Nope, no bongs, no dongs. Sorry, not going to happen. Actually, I'm not sorry. I just don't make them. I'm not going to be sorry. KL, thank you for the bubblegum and the sunglasses. I appreciate that. Okay, so first step is I have to build a little bit of a gather, and then we're going to use the metal impression tool here, and we're going to force it in there, creating an image. After we get that image in there, then we're going to silver fume it with the inside, basically shooting pure silver into that little cave of a skull. And after that, we have to trap it, and we have to trap it in a certain way or the whole thing's lost. So there are a few important steps on here. And then after, oh, thank you for the alien buddy, Ray. KL, thank you for the marvelous confetti. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. All right, so we got a big enough little base here. Maybe a little bit more, I'm sorry. While I'm doing this, I'll show you the shield. So this material is what my glasses are made out of, the little lenses in my glasses. And it filters out a lot of that bright light that comes through. Ray, thank you for the level up sparks. Versus that. So it filters out a lot of that super bright light right there. And I think we're good now. So this thing's flopping around like a, loose, ooey gooey, jumble bumble, whatever on the end here. It's definitely ooey gooey. Okay, so the last stage here before we put the impression is we got to let it cool down for a second, like this. Okay, we're going to let it get down to about 2,000 degrees. So we're going to let it get kind of cold. Yeah, buddy. That sounds just like Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, buddy. So once we have it cooled off, we're going to heat half of this marble, not the whole thing, just half. Just on the top surface to the middle. What's up, Russ? All right, here we go. So we're going to bring it in. And again, we're only heating half, not the whole thing. And then we got our skull impression here, a little skull diggery. And we got to push it in very gentle, but it cannot stay in there too long or the metal itself will dissolve and melt. It's a really fine balance. And here we go. And that's it. Then I dip it over here to keep it from getting distorted. All right, we're going to go over this thing stage by stage. So now you can see the skull kind of sitting in there. So that is the impression of it deep inside there. Okay? You can see the skull kind of residing in. I probably shouldn't be giving away everything on here, but it is what it is. All right, now we're going to take that silver and we're going to fire it into the inside here. So we're going to trap that silver on the very inside of this skull. In fact, way less than that. There we go. So we got to get the silver just right there. Flame is good. Bring it in. And we're firing it in right now. Thing is, you have to fire it in there without melting the actual skull. There. A little bit on the bottom jaw section. So you don't want to actually melt the inside of the skull. That's the trick. Bring that back out. And here we go. I'll show you. Thank you for the money gun. Wendy, thank you for the corgi and the money gun. Now you can see that skull impression there and a little bit better. See how it's deep inside? That's the reverse of it. Okay, that is the reverse version of it. So we're going to kind of buzz this out here just for a second. That actually looks cool. I'm going to show this to you before we go too far. This is a carbon coating. You can definitely see the skull in there. There it is. See it? Upside down. Yeah, you can definitely see it in there. Thank you for that. Wendy, thank you. KL, thank you for the rock star. All right, let's go. So next is we have to burn the silver from the outside off. So we cannot have that silver on any portion of the outside. We got to burn it all off. And here we go. And we're burning it all off right now. A little bit more around the outer edge here. I don't want it exceeding the outer portion of that rim. So just like we applied the silver on, you can burn it off by using a tight flame on here. Kind of make it disappear. So it's just on the very inside, a little bit right there. Then a little buzz there. And I think we're good. I'm going to show you again from the side. Josephine, how are you? Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Josephine. Thank you for that wonderful super chat. I appreciate that. All right, now you can see the skull is fully colored in there. So now we have the color inside the skull right there and nowhere else. You can kind of see it poking out right there. And there we go. All right, next step is we have to trap that silver in there. So we're going to actually trap it. So the process for that is we're going to heat up a rod here, and then we're going to just push it right into that open cavity. The trick is we have to not trap any air, or as little as possible. As little as possible. Y'all ready? This is where it gets hard. This is where the complication comes in. So I got to get enough on here. Keep this warm. I hate this part. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And good. And I think we're good. That part, so we did all that work. And if I messed that up going in there, I would have to throw the whole thing away. It'd be no bueno. We would just literally have to toss it. But oh my God, this skull looks good. I'm very happy. It's good. All right, now we meld it in. So let me show you a little bit what happened right there before we melt it in so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. Again, this isn't a how to make it, this is a how it's made type of stream. So there's the little lump on the end of it. So this is where we went directly in. And you can see the sideways, that's the clear, we pushed it in, and that's the little knobby we added into it, like that. Again, this is more of a how it's made, not how to make it live stream. And thank you again for that super chat, Josephine. I think I'm going to use that to buy new wheels for my chair because my chair is not scooting. Wendy, thank you for the alien buddy. I think the alien buddy fits me. I feel like it fits me. Oh my God, the skull's looking blue. Look at that. Holy crap. I did not intend for that. Can you guys see the skull in there? I don't know if you guys can see it or the chat's in the way. I don't know what it looks like on your end. And here we go. We're going to melt it all in. Did I trap any air in there? I don't think I got any air in there. I think I got it just right. I don't think we trapped any air. So right now, just the key to this is kind of blending it in and getting it smooth without distorting the skull anymore. I do have to add a little tiny dab to the bottom. We have one little spot we need to fix. And we'll bring it over and show you kind of what I'm talking about here. So on the bottom of the skull right there, oh, that camera's going really crazy. There's a little dip. I don't know if you guys can see that little dip right there where the jaw is. It's like missing a tiny little bit of clear. And if I don't get that fixed, then it's right there. You can see that little wobble, that dip. If I don't fix that, it's going to be a problem. So even a little minute detail like that needs to be addressed. Little dabble do ya. And I think we're good. All right. All right, one last side view for a little bit. Oh my God, Josephine, I seriously, thank you so much. That is 100% appreciated. Josephine, thank you very much. You have no idea. Thank you. Okay, bring it in. So this is the last little portion here. I don't know if you guys can see the skull in there from the inverse. So this isn't the part that's going to be facing you. This is what's in the back end. You can see a little bit of the skull. It's really hard for the camera to pick that up. But anyway, I want you to see the back end of it, just to kind of check it out. Right now, I'm just gathering some glass. I have a fantastic idea for it. All right, so we're going to add a little shimmer to it. So this is the shimmer glass. We're going to add a little bit of that to the back end of it. And then we're going to go black on top of that. So we're going to go a little shimmer in the very back of the skull. So this is that liquid metal glass. I'm hoping to get a little bit of that liquid metal look. Which might be kind of cool. I had just this little bit here. I figured might as well try it. That is a squid cup, correct? Yes, it is, Wendy. And the squid is uranium glass. So the octopus is uranium. Octopus, squid, whatever you want to call it. All right, so we added a little bit of color. And then we're going to bring it over just for a second so you can see how the color's applied right there. So we got a little bit of color on there, a little dabble do ya. Then we're going to apply black to the end. So the black is going to make everything stand out. The rest of it should pop out. And then hopefully we can add some glow in the dark glass to the back end. Although I am seriously debating on changing my mind and going uranium glass on the back end, kind of changing it to a uranium-based glass. Because the uranium might be kind of cool making it hidden. Okay, we're adding black right now. Gonna have to add a lot of this on here. And there we go. Okay, so we got a little bit on here. We have to change it up a little. I got to melt it in a tiny bit. Then we're going to add the rest of the black and encase the whole back end of the marble. So the point is we got to get this back end covered like that so that the marble, the skull, can actually stand out in there. And while I'm doing that, I'll bring the filter back out. So a lot of people are always curious about my glasses. My glasses are Meta Ray-Bans fitted with didymium lens. And the didymium filters out all that. Have I done any famous people's glass? A couple, but I'm not going to mention any names for privacy. There we go. Like that. Got to remember, I was one of a few glass blowers at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. So at the Glassblowing studio there, I got the job because of my mother. And you can imagine how many famous people came through MGM Grand Las Vegas. So I can't even count it, but I know a few people that have a few things. I'm just not going to, go talking about it. There we are. Besides, it's Las Vegas. You say too much, you might end up in the desert, right? All right, here we go. Let's add in all this color here. Well, it's not that. I'm not going to go celebrity slamming and bragging. That's not who I am. And here we go. We're just going to keep pushing this in. Yeah, we got a lot of black on here. I'm probably going to use the rest of this rod. I think we're going to go the uranium route. I was going to do full glow in the dark, but I really like the uranium idea. I think the uranium might look pretty awesome. All right, let's keep adding the black on here. Just a little bit more. Taper it down. Right about to that. I don't want to use the very end of this because I don't know what's on the very end. I could have an off color. I don't want to mix that in. Okay, let's get to a point where I can show you kind of where we're at. Okay. Yes, you are. I don't know about famous. I would say notorious, KL. I would say more notorious than famous. I guess that's one and the same, but okay, I thought I had a different rod. All right, we're going to have to wing it. Gonna have to wing it. What's up, Cruising? How are ya? Okay, so next step, we're going to enhance the front of the skull. So we're going to magnify it by a lot. And then I'll be able to show it to you, and then we'll work on the back end of it. So if you are just joining us or you've been in for just a minute, we're making this guy right here. This is the skull marble with the skull impression in it. And we're going a little bit bigger with it. And we're going to see what it looks like. We're going to throw in some uranium and some funky colors. Oh, the pink bird is that's the pink bird is amazing. Oh, you mean this guy? That's actually ghost white. For some reason, it's picking up pink, if that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, that is actually ghost white. All right, we're going to let it cool, and then we're going to push this marble into the stratosphere. I can already see the 3D impression in it. It looks really good. Yeah, this marble is already in the epic section. And that skull is wicked. So every single silver fume comes out a little bit different. Some are a little light, some are heavy silver. This one is on the heavier side. And you're definitely going to see the difference of what heavy versus light silver, because the one in the table is light version. I can't control it that well. I get a little bit of control, but not that much. So kind of what you see is what you get when you start making it. All right, so we're going to temporarily pull this off. We're definitely going to have to go bigger, but right now we're just kind of keeping it in its workable state. Let me round this off and I'll show you where we're at. Let me get this rounded out. Rounded up. So we are working again, if you are just new or just joining us, we're working on this guy right here. The Phantom Skull. We got to come up with a name for this. We got to come up with a name for this guy. I don't know what to call him. I ended up shifting the bottle top to this right here. We ended up putting a base on it. I was too worried about it getting fragile. I was definitely worried about it getting fragile. So right now I'm just kind of magnifying this little skull out. We'll take a look at it. I want to look at it before we go too far, get an impression of it, and then we will make it from there. We'll finish her up. But I got to come up with a skull name. Bruce? Oh, I like Bruce. Gary? I'm open to listening to skull names for sure. Cruising, I don't want to call it Colleen. I'm kidding. I know you were just saying that. Okay. Ooh. That electrum has a little bit of a look to it. Okay. We might as well do side view. We got to do side view. Hey, oh, you purchased a Made on Live? I could pay more. No, you don't need to pay more. Purchase on Live is good, Bayo. It just depends on what it is you purchased. But we're all good, Bayo. Thank you. We're going to go to side marble here. Oh my God. Look at that. Can you guys see the, do you see the image around it? Uh-oh, that is sickening looking. And there's the 3D. Look at that 3D version of it. Oh, I like Reaper too. I like Reaper. That's kind of cool. So yeah, we definitely have some colors, but it's too bright on it right now. Now, when it cools off, it's definitely going to have some images that look better. But look at that shadow. All right, my camera work sucks. I got to get better at that. There. Okay, that skull looks good. I like it. So let's finish it up. Now I feel comfortable finishing it. We're all good to go. And here we go. We're going to add in a big old punty rod to the front because we have to go much bigger. Yeah, that thing is intense. KL is actually one of my original people on here. KL has been with me for, God, since almost, I think the beginning. KL has been with on the channel. Yeah, that 3D version is super intense. Now, the beauty of it is the longer it sits in the kiln... Oh, I forgot to change the view. I'm so sorry. I got to move the view. Sorry. Crap, 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 crap. Crap, 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 crap. I forgot to move the view. There we go. Not much to see from the side there. So the interesting thing about the skull that I'm seeing right now with the way the silver's interacting in there, right around where the eye sockets and the nose are, it kind of is reflecting like a polished metal. It really looks like it is a polished metal in there. And that's kind of a cool effect. But we're going to make it big enough to fit inside that guy. Going to make it fit in a marble holder. And so we just got a little bit of work to do here. I gotta tell you, this job is so much fun. I love this job, especially when I get to hang out with all of you on a Friday night. My job couldn't get better. I get to hang out with all of you on a Friday night, making glass, making skulls. How much better can my life get? Okay, so we got a good portion up in the front here. We got to start working the back end of this skull. My gosh, this thing looks amazing. A lot of people ask, what is one of your favorite things to make? This is it. This version of this style marble is by far one of my favorites. Mostly because you never know what you're going to get. You know that you have a skull in there, but you don't know if you're going to get a light version, dark version, how it's going to transform. It's like a total mystery. Okay, so we're going to do crazy tonight. I'm going to show you a pattern we've never done before on live. I've done it before, but you have not seen it before. So this pattern is going to be a multi-tiered tie-dye. And we're going to incorporate several different techniques on here, all into one. So it is a process of several different versions folding into one technique at the end. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, that's perfect, because it doesn't to me either. Okay, we got a little bubble right there where it popped it out. So first step is we got to knobby it up. We're just going to come around and continuously add this in. Like that. So this is going to require a layer on a layer on a layer on a layer. So we're going to come back to the side, show you what I'm talking about. And there is the dots that we just laid down, okay? So that is what I'm talking about with some dots. We're knobbying it up. You can see the skull kind of hanging in there. There's the skull hanging out. You're going to bring it back up. And we're going to throw uranium in there. I think I have a tiny little piece of uranium over here. I saw a little guy. There we go. So we're going to add uranium in there. So this is the uranium. You can see how bright that it's glowing. Shadow Reaper. Oh, I like Shadow Reaper. I like Shadow Reaper too. All right, so this particular style, we're going to go in between all those dots and add more dots. So you want to surround it all the way in between. Kind of like a little bit of a dot stacking technique in here. We're going to come through there and add it there. Add it there. And again, this is the uranium glass. All right, we got some uranium on there. The next one we're going to kick on is, of course, amber purple. Ooh. Where did I put that little sucker? Where are you? Okay, there we go. So we got a little skinny version of double amber purple in here. So this is the double amber purple. And this is going to be perfect for filling in the little tiny gaps in there. Going to come through, and anywhere there's a little gap, we're going to fill it in. Create a cuddly little chaos here. So y'all don't think we should call the skull Cuddles? I'm joking, by the way. Cuddles. Okay, so we're going to come back. I'm going to show you where we're at, and we're going to start messing with it. So there, we got a bunch of different glass kind of rotating all the way around through here. And we're going to bring it back up, and we're going to start swirling it all together. Okay. So this process is that finger painting technique that I absolutely love. We're going to finger paint it all the way. I'm going to do a little portion of it and not do the second portion so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So we're going to do half and then leave the other half. I want to show it. And up, there we go. So there are the marbles exposed, and then there they are blended right there. And we're going to bring it out, hopefully get a little bit of a look to it. There. I don't know if you guys can see all those colors swirling around right now. And then there they are in the dot form. So that's the dots, and then there they are kind of tie-dye swirled together. And boom, like that. So we're going to tie-dye that thing all the way. Yeah, this one's going to look pretty badass. We are making the skull marble. This one down here, you can kind of see it. Hopefully you can zoom in on that a little bit. If not, I'll show it in just a second. What's up, Diane? Okay, let's get this thing started. So I'm going to come right up to the edge of this thing. And what's going to be interesting about this one is we're going to kind of swirl it right up to the edge. So it should have kind of like a ruffled edge on the color. So the colors are going to kind of ruffle a little bit on the edge here. I don't want a hard, clean line on it. I want it kind of like ocean waves crashing on the wall. Just in black and fiery colors. All right, we got enough on there. Whew. Okay, next step, we're going to start rounding it out a little bit and see where we're at here. We got to maneuver it a little bit. We're going to see where things are. Take a sneak peek. In order to do that, we got to pop it over to this mold over here. I don't want to force it too much. I just want it to naturally set in. Just a little bit more. Tiny little bit. There we go. I think we're all good now. It's pretty well blended. We might add a little more uranium to the back and get it really super blended, but we definitely have to magnify it a little bit, get it to that size. Got about another inch or so. Okay. So if you are wondering what we're doing, we just stepping in. We are making the skull marble like that. Oh, he's upside down. So we're doing that version, except a lot bigger, and we're going to finish it off. This is just like a little handheld version I can show y'all, like that. So that's the little guy we're making. I'm just looking to see if we have any more issues. I think we're all good. I definitely want to add more to the back end, though. And Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo it. I'm going to grab some black real quick. I got to grab some black. I don't have enough up here. Let me go grab that real quick. I can make one, I just won't. I don't make any pipes. No bongs, no dongs. Luckily, my microphone still works as we come back here. I just wish I had a camera to show you all this stuff back here. But I don't. We're just going to grab a handful of it. Just going to grab a handful. Okay, let's get this party started. Now we're going to start making it finish up. Okay, let's get this party started. So we're going to add black, uranium, and amber purple to the back end here again, with lots of clear mixed in. Let's check it before we do that. I'm going to show you the side view. I'll show you how we're going to change it up. We're going to be using all that interesting. I can't use the meta glasses for that. Unfortunately, the way there is a workaround to use them as live stream, but it's absolutely horrible resolution, like horrible resolution. Yeah, it's not good. I'm hoping eventually they open it up where they have a better version of that. All right, so now you can see that kind of spider webby looking colors bouncing through. So we got kind of like a little tie-dye going on. We're going to incorporate a lot more of that. We got the skull kind of, he's kind of sitting back there. It's hard to see him at the moment. All right, let's add lots more color to this. And then we're going to expand it up. Tiffany, is that a mug on my desk? It is just a little glass. Yes, it's just a mini glass. It's not very big. Yeah, it's not a big glass. I would say it's only like 3.5 inches tall or so. Not very big at all. All right, let's just keep adding it around. So we're going to add this. We'll put some uranium in there, and then we'll swirl in the amber purple. Oops, that got away from me. Just kind of dancing around here. A little bit up top. And there we go. All right, so we got the black on. We're going to grab some uranium, pop the uranium on, and then we'll do amber purple on top of that and mix it with some clear. We should be good to go. Should have enough color on here. But yeah, that is just a little like shot glass. Well, it's bigger than a shot glass, but if you liked, I'm not going to say it correctly, espresso, that's the perfect size for it right there. Okay, there we go. We're just intertwining uranium in here. Yeah, it's about a perfect espresso. All right, so we got uranium on. Now we're going to grab amber purple, pop it on there, and we're going to make it all awesome. Just have to get it all done. OJ, yeah, it could be about that. A small OJ container, not much. I should probably weigh it, measure it out to see how much it actually would contain. All right, this should be amber purple. Let me double check it. Yep, that is amber purple. So we're going to go really heavy on this. I'm going to create all these little micro mini spirals. Just kind of buzzing around. Sorry, I'm just focused for 1 second here. All right, and then we're going to give it a spin up at the top. We're going to spin it up at the top. And here we go. I think we're good. I can feel my oxygen tank not building pressure, though. I forgot to turn on the pressure builder on my liquid. It's not building a lot of pressure. All right, so this is the last little bit for the color on the back end we're doing. We're going to come through, smooth it out, add a little bit of clear if we have to expand it, and then make it work from there. So here we go. We got a little spiral going right in the front. And we're going to bring it in, and you can see all those colors kind of bouncing through like that. And there we go. I love that look. Isn't that cool looking? Lincoln, or Lion. I'm sorry, I said Lincoln. Lion, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just a guy that loves melting some melting glass. We just love melting stuff up. All right, let's go. We're going to get this rounded up now. We're going to finish this marble up. Let's get it finished. There we go. I'm probably going to have to move this skull out of the way. I'm just going to park it over here so I could show what it is. But yeah, it's about to get hot in those marble molds. In fact, we're going to move the birdie out of the way too. It's about to get a little warm. I'm so excited to see this done. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think this is going to look great. We're definitely running low on pressure on the liquid oxygen tank, though. I'm debating on running outside and turning the pressure builder on real quick. And for those of you that were on this morning and we finished the little sculpture, I didn't turn it to a wine topper. I ended up turning it to a little sculpture in a base. So there's the little uranium bird, the Lucy highlights on it. Turn it this way so y'all can see the highlights. So there's all the Lucy highlights running through there, the uranium bird. It looks really stunning. I didn't turn it to a wine topper. I thought this was a better option. All right, we're gonna, I'm going to run right outside. I promise I'm not going to be gone long, just like 30 seconds. But I need to go build the pressure builder. I don't have enough pressure on this tank right now. So we're going to take the marble with me so I could fend off Bigfoot if Bigfoot comes up. I got a molten piece of glass. See, you guys get to come all the way out here with me. There we go. There. Now we should be good. So we'll give it a minute to build pressure. So I keep all my tanks outside. So there are no tanks inside the studio. Always keep them outside. Okay, while this is kind of settling up, I'll show you on the side view the colors. Is it cold? Oh yeah, it's cold. It's definitely cold, Mike. All right, you guys ready for a little reveal, part of reveal? There we go. So this is the back end of that skull. I told you it'd look good too. Isn't that pretty? All right. So now we're going to work the whole front end. This is why I love working amber, purple, black, and clear. Absolutely one of the best, top-notch colors on the frickin' planet to work with. Okay, so the next step is we're going to punty. So we're going to add what's called a little punty on here. The punty is a attachment rod, basically. And then we should have, oh my God, the skull looks absolutely sick. Red Squeak, James lives like same city as me. Red Squeak, James is in the same place. He is like right down neighborly. Okay, so the next step is we're going to round it out. Wonder why it's called a punty. Oh, it is punty, P-U-N-T-Y. And it is the American version for the Italian word pontile, which is the word they use for that. So the Italian word that they use is pontile, and of course here in the U.S. we had to change it and call it punty because we can't say pontile, apparently. Apparently saying pontile is too difficult. We had to change up the Italian language. So they changed it to punty. But yeah, that's why it's called punty. And we're going to bring it out here and smooth this out. And then we're going to get it round. This should be pretty much done. We're not too far off. We're pretty much at the tail end of this. But yeah, that's why it's called punty. They call it pontile. To be honest, I don't know what it means in Italian. What's up, Sandy Bras? What's happening? Okay, so from here, we are going to round this out. We're going to show you a little bit of some stages of what we're doing here. Right now we're in kind of the dragon egg stage. We got to get it into a round marble. But we might, oh man, look at that skull. It's all warped right there from the front. Okay, you can kind of see the skull right, oh, come on camera, right there. Okay, we got to work on it a little bit. We're going to get the skull all balanced out in there. So we got to flatten all that out. Kind of round it out, and that'll make the skull very, very visible. Visible. You got it, cruising. So yeah, this is a version of what we're doing right there. That skull. Now this one's going to look way different. It's got the same impression, but a little bit, not a little bit, a whole different version. Like everything's different about it. Looks like candy? Yeah, kinda. All right, we're gonna bring out the shield. Bring out the shield. And the shield is what my eyeglasses are made of. So this is what my shades are made out of, right there. We're gonna bring it in, and you can see how we filter out all that blinding light. So that is the blinding light we have to filter out. Isn't that cool, though? Here we go. Oh, I can't wait to see this thing. I'm so sorry, Sandy. I know what that's like. Fiery Mom's had 6 strokes, so I get it. I don't have any idea why in the freaking world the Hokey Pokey just popped into my head. The Hokey Pokey song just popped in my head. You don't want to be me. Ever. You do not want to be me. Because random stuff like the Hokey Pokey comes popping in your head. That's what it's like to be me. I'm serious. The Hokey Pokey is now stuck in my freaking head. I'm going to have to think of a different song to get rid of it. All right, so we're getting it nice and rounded out now. Oh, this is so freaking beautiful. You know, this is the part that I wish you could see with me. I wish you could see this version of what I'm saying. I am working so hard on trying to find a camera system that will adapt to being able for you guys to see exactly what I see while I'm making it. Because right now I can see everything that's going to take place with this. Not the exact colors, but what it's going to do. I have a good guess at the colors. It's never 100%, but I can definitely see what's going on inside it. And I wish I could share that part with you guys. I'm definitely looking, I'm working on it. I am using AI to help me figure out a solution for that. Because it has to be heat resistant to a certain point, and we have to put the didymium on. And it has to be a clear image. I mean, like right now, I can do a little recording. Let me see. Let's see if we can get the meta glasses to record. I just turned them on. You're going to see the little light up, the light light up when I turn on. Hey, Meta, record. All right, let's get this rounded out a little bit better. While we're doing that, I'm going to show you the side view. Probably, hey Meta, stop recording. There we go. You can see that skull starting to come in. Now, I don't know what caused that ring around it, that ghostly image on the side. All the way around it has this ghostly image inside that skull. And that is a very first that it's ever happened. I'm trying to, too bright. Yeah, it's too bright right now. There we go. So that'll all mellow up. When it cools off, it's going to get darker, more defined. You can see it right there. It's got this ghostly image around it. I don't know what the heck that is. That's the first time it's ever done that. All right, so we're going to round out the back end and hopefully get a good view of what it's looking like. Here we go. Hey Meta, record. All right, we're going to come through and attach a little punchy to the front of this. Wow, it looks really, really good. Then we're going to work on the back end. We got to get it a little bit more round. Reverse the punchy one more time, and this one will be done. This was a lot longer than I thought, but worth it. Definitely worth the time. Hey Meta, stop recording. Okay, we're going to come through. I'm so happy with it, though. It looks phenomenal. There we go. So if you are just coming into the stream or you are new for the past few minutes, we're working on this, a skull image in a marble. So we have that really ghostly looking skull in there. This one's way different though. I think it looks better, but only because I haven't ever seen it do that before. Hey Meta, record. Okay, we're going to come down to the marble mold. Push it into roundness. Oh my God. Bayo, is this the one you were looking at? Hey Meta, stop recording. Bayo, is this the one that you did for the purchase? Because if so, it looks phenomenal. Oh, there we go. The ghost around the skull will change a little bit when it cools off. This one is a real special version. No, it is not a special order. It was a one that does that. You asked for a blue opaque hippo with black marbling and maybe gold female. Okay, I got you. At least I know what to look for now in the keywords. All right, let me get your. I'll figure it out from there. Now I know what you want. In fact, Dragonfly, if you could screenshot that for me and send it to me, I would appreciate it. Or Red Squeak, so I can have that archived. I would super appreciate it right now. So, this looks beautiful. We're going to round it out. We're almost done with it. We got less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. I don't know if you all heard the flame getting a lot louder, and that is because the pressure is building up. Thank you, Dragonfly. Appreciate that. And thank you, Red Squeak. We got double confirmation now. Yeah, hippo will be kind of fun. So I have to do a hippo now. And then I'm going to be doing a pig in black and white. So our neighbor here around town, she goes crabbing all the time. And she gives us free crabs. I guess like the edible kind, not the other kind. But anyway, she gives us crabs from her crabbing trips. And she has a pet pig in the house. It's really cool, too. So her pig is black and white, and I'm gonna make her pig for her. Except I'm gonna make it a pig with wings. I'm gonna make it fly. We're gonna make it really cool. Still curious about the spinning cup in the front of me. Yeah, that's just a little. It's like I said, it's a little espresso sized cup. It's not very, very big, but it's freaking awesome. Okay, last little punteel. I'm going to show you the back end before we do it because we got the punty on here. This is the last version of this to see it tonight, and then we're going to finish off the front, and this marble will be completely done. I can't wait to see this cooled off. I'm not kidding. This thing is going to be absolutely a stunner when it's cooled. I don't know if you guys can see all that like ghostly squirrel. So what this looks like to me is like pirate ghost mist. So like a misty fog on a pirate ship. Just kind of breezing around. And that's what it, let me see if I can get it any closer. There we go. I don't want to melt my camera though. But yeah, that is the misty fog. All right, let's do the last transfer here. I keep forgetting to click my views. All right, and back to normal. There we go. All right, so we're gonna flip it back around. So this is the point at which it is kind of scary. The part that is scary on this is that attachment I just added is not on there very well. So it's attached, but not fused. So one bump the wrong way and this thing will just fall right off. So you have to be really careful on how you address this thing from here on out. And most importantly, you have to take your time. No sudden movements, and you can't change the angle too fast or it will literally fall right off. And there we are. It does not want to break. So I got to be really careful at this point, and then I'm going to inspect it from the bottom end. Actually, this will be a cool view with the Meta glasses. Hey Meta, record. Hey Meta, stop recording. Hey Meta, record. Hey Meta, stop recording. Okay, I think we're good. We just have to polish it out. Ooh, that was dumb. That could have fallen right there. Could have definitely fallen. And we're just polishing it out. I think the pressure builder's working. Oh man, I can't wait to see this thing cooled off. I'm gonna try and show it to you in front of the camera. I don't want it to fall, so we gotta be super careful. Yeah, I don't want to get it too close just in case it falls. And there we go. Look at that. Okay, we're going to take it. We're going to turn it to the side. What's up, Creative? If you guys have not followed Creative, go give Creative Release Gifts a follow. Dragonfly Creation and Grove's Glass Gallery are two of the moderators I have. They are also lamp workers. You should definitely go give them a follow. They are fun, entertaining, and you get to watch them progress in real time. Then Red Squeak, we're pushing Red Squeak to do a whole bunch of photography, and go follow Red Squeak so we can keep pushing her to do more and more photography. And we're going to grab this here, and pop, off it goes. That's how you remove the marble from the stick. You know, I said that the other day, and someone thought I said a bad word. Does it sound like I'm saying something bad? Remove the marble from the stick. Does it sound like a bad word? Am I speaking clearly? I hope so. Okay, good. Because I said that, and they're like, oh, why'd you say that? I was like, I didn't say anything. They wrote me a 10-page email complaining about that I said a bad word. I was like, no, did not. And, oh man, it's upside down. Sorry, it's upside down. I can't help it. You're just going to have to deal with it upside down. I can't maneuver it. And there's the back end. And here we go. Now, this does have the uranium glass. It will pop out. Really cool. So there's going to be uranium glass running through that. when it cools off. We definitely got the uranium in there. I can't twist this anymore. You do get to watch it go in the kiln, though. Here we go. This is how we deposit it in the kiln. Just like that. Yeah, moderators, if you ever hear me say something like that, please let me know if it does come out. You guys have my back, I know it, but if I ever say something that sounds like that, just please let me know. All right, I need some power by Mountain Dew. Cheers to you guys. Mountain Dew power. Roadkill Redneck. What's up, Roadkill Redneck? If you guys are on YouTube, go follow Roadkill Redneck. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Kevin's book. Another one of my favorite creators on here. Why the kiln? The kiln will actually temper the glass. Let me turn this down for 1 second while I take a break. The kiln will temper the glass. And what happens is it's going to sit in there and it's going to roast at about 1100 degrees Fahrenheit and soak. And then when it cools off, it's going to cool off at the same pace. For example, when I did finish the marble off and I took that little nub off where it was attached, that was the hottest point in the marble. If I just set it down and let it cool, it would cool at a different rate. That hot spot would cool slower than the rest of the marble, and it would create a stress fracture. And that stress fracture would crack the marble. All right, we got to do some surgery here. This is either really good or really dumb, but we're going to try it anyway. We have to fix this this birdie here. So this has a rose that goes with it. So this is for Mom's nurse, Fiery Mom's nurse, and she was moving and had an accident. And this fell on the floor. Now, it broke, but for it falling on the entire floor, and that to bird and everything to stay, all the leaves to stay, and the rose to stay intact, is a testament to how strong glass is. Okay, we're going to park the skull right there. Actually, we'll use it right there. Actually, it just looked better right there. Huh. By the way, if you are a glass blower and you're watching this and you do not have this tool, you need to go check out Dragonfly Creation. Okay, Dragonfly makes the best marble holders on the planet. Okay, do not pass up your opportunity to get an original Dragonfly Creation marble holder. Okay, I'm just telling you, you are missing out on the boat if you miss that. Okay, so we're gonna do some surgery on this. Okay, we gotta put it back together. I got the rose in the kiln. We're gonna take it out and we're going to reassemble it. Hopefully. Now, technically, I should have preheated this, but we're going to try it without, because I want to be able to hold it by hand and not have an issue. I have a lot more control holding it by my hand than I do with a claw tool or something. So we're going to take it here, and then after I reattach it, then it goes back in the kiln. But I mean, look at that. That rose fell like 5 feet down onto the floor. Nothing broke, other than it broke right off the stand there. That is a pretty impressive little feat there. So I'm attaching it to a very, very small point right at the tip. This flower, gonna grip it there. And here we go. How did you go on here? Oh, you went that way. Okay. And then we're just going to smooth all that out without burning my freaking hand. And just a little bit on the inside. I got to grip it though. Okay, we should be good. So anyway, that is the little flower, dove flower piece back together again. Get this baby back in the kiln. There we go. Push the marble way in the back. Gonna push this in the back. Like that. Okay, so let's finish this guy off. So I'm gonna turn this into what do you think? Should I make this into a wine topper or should we do something else with it? What do y'all think? I think it'd look cool as a bottle topper, to be honest. You guys like it? I think it'd look good as a bottle topper. But, you know, I'll go with audience on here. I don't know what the hell else to turn it into though. I think it'd look good as a bottle topper. Yeah, we're going to run with it. I have a second one in here. We could do something else with the second one. I'm going to show you how to make a bottle topper. I'm going to show you how to do the fitting. Y'all ready for this? So this bottom section actually glows in the dark too. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take this here. We're going to fuse it in really, really good. Then we're going to pull it up just a little bit. Oh, nope, it's crooked. It be crooked. So if my glass blowers are on here, which I know we got Dragonfly and Groves, when you go to make your bottle toppers, we're going to do it on the side view so you guys get a better view, okay? I want to make sure we do that for you guys. Here we go. So we're going to heat it up on the side and then make sure that you have a sacrificial wine topper, okay? This is the sacrificial wine topper. Look at all those scars from getting, so those are my little cuts and scratches. That's the glass blowing war wounds. Here we go. So we're going to heat this up right on here. Going to bring it over. Oh, not skinny enough. Got to pull it down a little bit further. So you get it skinny like that. Then you bring it over and jam it in there like you mean it. Let it sit for a second and then pop it out. Now you have a perfect fitting for your bottle topper. That's how you do that. Okay, let's bring this back around. There we go. So, and then I don't remember who was asking about the little glass. So this is the glass here. Sorry, I got scratchy throat. Let's bring it back to side view. So this is the glass. I got to move this camera. My camera got moved. Hold on. And there. Okay, so this is the camera, or the, this is the glass, not the camera. There we go. So this is the little, like basically espresso glass that's been on the wheel right there. It does have the uranium glass on it. So the little octopus lights up like that. So we got some glowy octopus. Like that. Now, what is the best feature of this glass? You ready? Good night, John. Have a good night. Ready for it? Is the color changing properties. See all those blues and greens? So if you put a light liquid in here, it'll be yellow. If you put a dark liquid, it will be that blue hue to it. Like that. But there we are. So see all that blue? If you put a dark liquid in there, you'll have that blue color. Then there's the back end. And we're going to park it. I was going to see what this looks like. I didn't put this on there yet. Not so impressed. That light base is way too big for that. That is way too big for that. We're going to pop that back off now. That doesn't go. But I do want to show you this under the black light, under the side camera up close, because this is one of my favorite sculptures I have ever made, honest to God. And it is because of the Lucy and the Electrum that have been incorporated in there. It isn't the flower, it isn't the bird, it is the actual vine that is absolutely stunning to me as a glass blower. Okay, I've made hundreds of thousands of hummingbirds, hundreds of thousands of flowers, okay? But I've not done, hold on a second. You guys want to answer with me? Hello? Hello, what are you wearing?
Hi, thanks for holding for me. This is Charles calling for the police officers.
What are you wearing?
Our Back the Blue awareness campaign.
All right. Here we go. Look at that. Is that not freaking cool? I have never seen that happen before like that. I am in love with that combination. I just can't get over how cool it is. And then when you add in the fact that you add in a bright light to it, you get all that. It's a total misnomer of what it should be. Look at how pretty that turquoise on that bird is. I just freaking love this piece. But that Lucy vine is 100% freaking awesome. Okay. So we got that done. I do want to make a marble, but I want to do I want to use a little bit of the electrum, but I want to do the amber purple again. I'm debating whether we do the other side Lucy like we did there. I don't want to do uranium because the uranium will overpower the Lucy. But if we do the Lucy, I think we will have a really cool color combo. Let me grab Lucy. Let me grab that. And let's just roll with it. I got to actually order some Lucy. I don't have as much as I thought. So let me grab that. I also have one more little trick up my sleeve. One second. So I have this little secret stash. Okay. This is a secret stash. Okay. I made this color. This is a very cool color. You ready for it? So it is a enhanced Lucy version. So I was messing around to see if I could actually make it. I'm trying to get the there. So there. Trying to get, I don't know if that's too bright. But can you see the orange color in it? Damn it. So it's not pink, it's actually orange. I don't know if y'all can see that orangey color back there. It is actual orange. Let me do it from the side camera. Maybe that's going to show it better. So I made this color. I was just seeing if I could actually do it. But see, Frit. It's not clear, Frit. But it is very, very freaking orange. You know what? We're gonna use it. And we're gonna use it in a marble with electrum and everything else. We're gonna try it. We're going to have to do it a specific way, but let me grab a container. Take my space rocks out. Yeah, the filter definitely makes it difficult, but don't need any electrum in there, no space rock junk, nothing in there that's going to be space rocky. Okay, maybe outside of the container you guys will see it better. Why did I do that? There we go. So here it is in here. Yeah, it's still hard to see. Yeah, it is definitely from the side view. One last time, I'm sorry for doing this to you guys. But there it is, and there is the... There. I don't know if you can see it, is a very orangey color to it. like that. So anyway, we're going to ignite this thing into a marble. So we're going to throw that in the marble and see what the heck we get. We may even do a space rock, electrum, orange glow, combine everything, the whole kitchen sink. All right, so we can get this. I think it's going to look good. I think we got it. I think we got that. Good job, Melissa. Boom. And here we go. So we're going to be able to encase it in there. We're going to put it on the inside. And we're going to shrink it back down and basically make it into a solid rod. And I like doing it this way. I think it's a little more effective in getting everything done. And it should, if everything goes correct, we should have a nice solid UV glow to it. If we do it right. And there we go. Whew. That last marble kind of took it out of me a little, but that's okay. All right, you guys ready for this? Let's do it. So we're going to turn this into a UV reactive marble. We should throw some electrum in there. So that's that metallic-y colors in there, like a metallic-y color. It'll all be good. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Then we got a little epic pop. You guys want to see an epic little pop? Here we go. Here goes the little epic pop. You see it all flying away? Tell me that's not cool as hell. Did you see all the glass flying? Was that cool or what? Don't do that at home if you are a glass blower. I have a lot of filtering going through, and that makes a lot of bubble trash, which is not very good for you. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, we're definitely building pressure on that tank now. My nose is completely itchy. What's up, Ruthlessly Ruthie? Man, your name is giving me a tongue twister. Ruthlessly Ruthie. Damn, that's hard to say. Okay, your punishment for having that name is now you have to say Irish wristwatch 10 times. Irish wristwatch. I can't even say it once. And here we go. So we're going to add the frit in there on the inside. I'm just messing with you. You know that. You know I got you. I got you. It's all fun. This channel's about fun. You know I would never attack you. All right, so this is actually one of my favorite tools. I'm not kidding. I like finding common household items to use as tools. And this one's kind of neat because it does have a little curvature at the end right there. So it kind of has a semi-happy smiley face in there. And that allows me to kind of grip the glass, the powdery stuff, and it holds it in place rather than a flat spoon. I see a lot of people using like a butter knife, and you can't grip the loose glass in there. So you take a little bit of this, see how it just gathered that? We pop it right in. Just like that. I know that is a seriously hard tongue twister. That is an Irish wristwatch is a tough tongue twister to say 10 times. I can barely do it once. All right, so we're back in. We're melting it in there. I'm wondering. This might have a secondary color. I haven't seen this stuff in like 15 years. I was cleaning out my place and I ran across some color in a hidden cabinet, and I'm wondering if this is got a secondary color to it. It really looks like it does. I'm gonna pop on the side cam. Guys, tell me if you think there's a secondary color. How much work time do I get out of my tanks? Out of my liquid tank, I get about a week. I can go a week on a liquid tank. I don't know if it looks like it's got like a hint. It's not pure white. It's got like a little tint to it. I'm not sure. It's like metallic-y. I have no idea what color this is now. That could be a little scary. The white powder is a UV reactive glass, so it glows kind of pink under black light. Pinky orange. So like, see the little pink and orange on that flower piece right there, that pink? That's what it does right there. All right, so we're going to close this tube off. No, we don't want to close off. We got to use an open tube if I want to do this the right way. I'm debating whether this is actually soft glass. We'll find out very quickly. No, it's not. No, I was working on soft glass for a while. A lot of people that asked me to make a soft glass glow in the dark. And so I was working on different variations, and I'm wondering if this is soft glass. Might have been mislabeled. Or I forgot that it was soft glass and just put frit. We're going to find out very quickly. If it's soft glass, it is definitely going to act goofy. Oh, there we go. So we got to leave both ends open. We're going to pop a little piece of tubing to the end here. Yeah, if it's soft glass, it'll go sideways very quick. Okay. So now we got a complete tube. I'm going to bounce back and forth just a little bit here. So you can see that we got it locked in place right there. So the next step is we're going to heat up the middle of this, collapsing it from the middle. So we're going to shrink the middle and then work our way outward to pull all the air out. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it, Colleen. Thank you very much. All right, so that is how we kind of make the solid version of this. You work the middle, and then the air can push out both ends. But if it is soft glass, it will completely melt in a whole different fashion. In which I will have to completely decontaminate my bench. All right, here we go. So we're going to start the spiral. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so far, semi-good. I don't know. I'm going to pop it on the side so you can see that spiral in there now. So we just put in a little corkscrew in the middle of that tube. Right there. You guys see that corkscrew in there? Soft glass is just a different chemical makeup. I'm definitely not going to add this to any major project right now until I know what the hell it is. Because it's looking really dark right now, too. In fact, I'm just going to pull this off and melt in the sides a little bit. I don't think we're going to do much with it at the moment. I don't want to use it on any project that could cause a problem. I really have my doubts about this stuff. If it's a soft glass, I will donate it to a soft glass maker. Okay, we're going to pull this down. But it is definitely weird. All right, there we are. That's going to be enough to kind of... Everything is fused in. And we're going to pop it in the kiln. I'm going to wait to see what happens to it. I'm not quite sure. Thank you, Creator. Yeah, I do like the side camera. The side camera is pretty amazing. It allows me to get really up close with the detail. But, oh man, this, I don't know what the hell this color is. Now it's bugging the crap out of me. I thought it was the orange glow I made. But now it's got an off color to it. Yeah, it is definitely a mystery glass. I'm going to show you what I mean here. So we're going to bring it back over. It's got a kick-ass corkscrew in it. Okay, that corkscrew in there is really cool. Okay. You can see that little cool spiral on the inside. But the rest of it, it's turning like caca gray. I mean, it's like caca. I'm not kidding. I don't like that. And yet that way it looks kind of... Yeah, it is doing something very, very weird. Yeah, it's a soft glass. It has to be. All right, I'm going to show you why I think it's a soft glass. This is going to be right. I don't know if the camera can get that close. Okay, so you can see it micro crystal. Look at the edges where those spirals are going. It is starting to micro crack. I don't know if you can see the little cracks. It's starting to crack on its own. Little micro fuzz cracks. I have no idea. I'll pop it in the kiln. We'll just see what it does. Keep it away from everything else. Let's get that the hell off my bench, though. Okay, I do have one other piece I need to finish up. So I'm going to make this into a paperweight. The Johnny Boy, what's up? How you doing? Let's do a top view. All right, there we go. There, back to top view. So I was thinking we could do a paperweight out of the glow in the dark with an octopus on it. Small paperweight. Although this would make a cool wine topper by itself. I'm just going to turn it to a wine topper. So this has a spiral in it as well. One more side view, and then we're not going to do two. So this is how it's supposed to look. See the big difference there? So that is a true glow in the dark. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Don't apologize for anything, Johnny Boy. It's all good. Yeah, I definitely got a mess on my bench, though. I got to clean that up. Not a good thing. All right. So we're going to attach this little strand here. This is where it will fit into the wine topper. Right here. Let's go ahead and put that in. So we're going to fuse this in, very gentle here. Okay, so that part's going to go into the wine topper. And then this top section, we're going to bring it out. And separate it. Should I do another octopus on here, or should we do something else? Should we do octopus or something else on here? Octopus might be fun, again. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Octopus is kind of fun, I have to admit. All right, so we're taking it down. We're going to seal it off. And so the under layer, the white glass, is a glow-in-the-dark glass. And then we'll do a darker octopus on it so that it really stands out. All right, there we are. Okay. So we're going to come over a side view here so I can show you. So this is everywhere you see that white, the spiral, that is going to glow in the dark. We're going to create a little octopus that goes and envelops around that little marble there. So we're going to bring it out here. We're going to come through and we're going to create something really neat on there. Jellyfish would be cool, but I can't put it inside there. Yeah, jellyfish would be cool, but I can't really do that. I can only think of like the octopus to put on there. I can't think of any other animal that I would want to put on that would be super solid. Okay, we're just going to do octopus. You still do that pink you have out? Oh yeah, I could do, well, the pink. Mike has a good idea. We could do the pink. Yeah, I think we might be able to do a version of that. We're going to envelop the pink over a color. Let me see what we got available. Just trying to look and see what we got here. This might actually be a cool color combo. Let me look 1 second here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of buzzing through my colors. We're going to do this. So we're going to use this dark green. This is a very, very dark green, okay? And we're going to put the pink glow in the dark on top of it, okay? See that really shimmer to it? It's got a super, super shimmer to it, like a sparkle. And we're going to take and put this, where is it at? We're going to put the Lucy over it. So the pink glass is going to go over that. So only under black light will it show up. So under black light, that'll show up. And then you're going to see that mostly. We're going to do that with it. Yeah, I think that'll work quite well. So let's build that up and get it done. If I was really kind of cool with it, we could do the legs out of the pink and do the head out of uranium. That might actually be kind of cool too. Yeah, well, we could do the legs out of the pink and then the head out of uranium coating. Although the uranium will show up. Never mind. The uranium would definitely throw the color off. Okay, so we're going to bring this in, and I got to attach another rod here so I can push it together. Yeah, good call, Mike. That's a good call there, my friend. Might even throw a couple tips and tricks on there too. Okay, so we got to compress this down and way down into a small ball size. Okay, here we go. So we got to compress this much, much thicker. And then we're going to coat it with the Lucy. So it'll be a very thin layer on top of this. Barely noticeable except under blacklight. And here we go. We're just going to push it all together. All right, just keep going. All right, got another song stuck in my head. I got a Limp Bizkit song stuck in. Here we go. Bring it out. So I'm going to compress this whole thing. We're going to do the whole thing out of with the Lucy. I may have to grab a little bit from my tool chest, but we'll be okay. And we're good. Okay. That is a nice little section there. So what's going to happen now, if you are just joining us, we're going to make a custom color and we're going to put an octopus on top of a glow-in-the-dark wine topper. In order to accomplish that, we're going to encase this kind of clearish green, or not clear, this dark green glass here that has a lot of sparkle to it. There. So there's the sparkle. We're going to take that and we're going to encase it with a pink glass that glows under UV light. So that will be just like this. So this right here. So that pink will be on the outside of it, and it'll glow like that under blacklight, but it'll still be that shimmer green color. That's it. I got to change my foot pedals. So my foot pedals down here are these tiny little foot pedals. I got a size 13 shoe, and it's not built for these tiny little pedals, including this stupid chair rocker thing. I got to redo everything. Nothing fits this. All right, here we go. I'm going to grab it here and go all the way around. So we're just encasing it all the way. We're going to go all the way around the whole thing. Yeah, I can't tell you how hard it is. Like when we went to Bali and I tried to find flip-flops, that was fun. You know, they look and they say, what size shoe? And you say 13, they just start laughing their ass off. Like, no, that ain't going to happen. Here we go. And a little bit more. I think we're going to use the whole thing on here. Yeah, we're going to definitely be using the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, I got to clean this bench. Whatever that frit is, it's all over my bench now. I don't want that. Do not want it. Okay, let's pull this little bit off here. There's a little chunk on here you definitely don't want to mess with right there. It's definitely not conducive to being a high quality glass right there. All right, we're going to encase it all the way. And I'm hoping that this Lucy is optically clear enough to continue to show a lot of that sparkle. We're going to check it before we pull too far on it. And one more little section here. All right. So the next step is kind of fuse it in. And once we fuse everything in, we'll pull it into what's called a stringer. That's a very small glass rod, roughly about 3 millimeters thickness, 3 to 4, somewhere in that range. And once we have that part done, we will start forming the actual octopus. We got to leave enough room for the octopus head. So I got to pull this down, but still leave enough room for the head. So I got to make leg extension and leave enough room for the head. Bring it back this way. Let's check and see if we have any shimmer still to it. Wish me luck on this. Let's hope we got it. Oh, wow. That actually made it look better, I think. What do y'all think? I think it made it look better. What the hell? That actually looks way better. Huh. Ain't that a cool thing to see? Didn't that look good? Daisy girl, how you doing? Yeah, Bayo, do you like it too? I think so, Callie. Yeah, I thought it looked way better. All right, so we're going to take that. And again, we're going to pull enough to make all the octopus legs around the wine topper, and then leave enough room for an octopus head. I know, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop. No kidding. And here we go. All right. That's all good. All right. This, we should be able to get a good pull out of this. Again, I need about 3 millimeter in diameter, and we'll pull as much as we can and then leave some space for the octopus head. So I need to get about 12 to 15 inches out of this. We'll see. And here we go. All right, right there. I think we made it right there. That should be good. All right, that should give me enough room. I think we got it. We just have to seal this up. So I'm going to prep the octopus head right now. That way, when we get done with it, we could just kind of pop it on there, shape it a little, and be done with it. What's up, Walter? Michelle, how are you? All right, so we just have to bring this in. So basically, we're going to take this and shrink it down a little bit. I think that's going to work. We're going to also try some different octopus eyes in it this time as well. I'm going to try and enhance it a little bit with like using the brass tool to kind of carve into it. And kind of give the octopus some actual definition in the eye sockets. I'm doing good. I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, got a good laugh at the day, and started it off. All right, so I'm going to show you what the octopus head is going to look like before we apply it. We'll get the rest of it done and assemble it all together. I think I really want to add the brass tool for the eyeball impressions. I got to find the right size. I think this one's going to be good. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here. This is a little brass tool right there. There we go. So that is what's going to make the eyeball impression for the octopus. Let's bring this out and check it one more time. See if we got a nice shimmer to it. Oh yeah, look at that color. That's going to make a beautiful octopus. Yeah, that's going to work. Hey, what's up, Jojo? All right, let's do it. So this is the base of what we're going to attach the octopus to. We're basically going to draw the octopus on the piece right here. Are you still hot? Yeah, not bad. Probably not the best way to check and see if glass is hot. But hey, I'm a trained professional. You shouldn't touch it to see if it's hot. All right, let's go. So we're going to draw the octopus on here, just like that one. And here we go. So the first thing is you want to start at the top. I always recommend doing one strand down. Okay. Go to the opposite side and do another strand down. Complete opposite side. Okay. I'm going to show you my patterning here. So one on one side, one on the other. Okay. And then we're going to split it 2/4. This helps balance out your distribution of octopus arms. I can't tell you how many times I started making these things and I would try and make them one after another, right side to side. And I would get to the very end at leg 7 and not have room for leg 8. So if you are out there, you might find one of my old pieces of octopus with 7 legs. Just happen to might find them. I do sell them. So if you find a 7-legged octopus, it's an old version. Okay, so now we have 4 equally distributed legs. See how that is right there? My website, that's where. And we're going to come through and we're going to start going in between. Now this you can add a lot more curvature to. So if you want to draw really crazy octopus legs, once you have your core done, then you can get really crazy with them because you don't need any more room. You can just go all the way in between the lines. Like that. Like that. And like that. So now we have 8 legs all the way around. So we're going to bring it around. See, some are a little squiggly, some are more squiggly, some are not. And we're going to add the little dots on there for simulated suckers. We're going to use an amber purple for that, though. So we're going to add lots of color to this little dog here. Now remember, this will glow pink under black light too. And then the white core will actually glow in the dark. It'll kind of glow a turquoise color. And I think we're pretty close to being done here. One more section. Wow. Thought I was done with the legs. We still had one to go. Okay, so we got little dots in there to simulate all the little like suction cups. We're going to bring it around to the side view, take a look at where we're at with everything. So we're going to bring it out. There we are. And we're going to shine the light on. You can definitely see that shimmer. Oh, wow, those colors are beautiful together. Yeah, those colors are absolutely fantastic. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Yeah, that one is gorgeous. All right, let's add the octopus head on here. And so this one's a little bit tricky. So once you fuse it on, I was going to give it a big bend, but I'm going to leave the octopus pretty straight up and down. I don't see a need to curve this one. I really, really don't. It looks good straight up and down. I was going to give it that kind of that octopus gangster lean. I don't think it needs it. You know, sometimes my philosophy is less is more. I'm going to ask you guys if you, and be honest, don't be shy. Should we do a lean to it or leave it kind of straight up and down with the eyeballs off to the side? So should we lean the head backwards or leave it straight up and down? I'm going to let you guys vote. We'll do it that way, both YouTube and TikTok. Just type in chat, lean or up or lean, up or lean. You guys choose right there. While we're doing that, we'll show the, look at all the colors bouncing through there. Wow, that color is just freaking awesome. I got to keep it warm. I'm checking out, man, it's a tie kind of. Oh, man, it's a definite tie. Both TikTok and YouTube are pretty much up in arms with it. All right, we're going to compromise. We're going to do a partial lean. Okay, we're going to do a partial. We're going to leave it semi-upright and give it a little bit of a gangster lean. Okay, a little bit of it. Not much, just a little. All right, it's going to take a second here. Let's get it done. Just a minute. I need just a minute for it. We got to get it completely reheated. While we're waiting for it to reheat, let me grab some Mountain Dew. Powered by the dew. All right, here we go. We're going to give it a little bit of a lean. We're going to do that actually on camera, very close. Let's do it. We're going to do it on camera. Very up close. So we're going to bring it out. And there we go. So it's not a full lean, it's just kind of a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to try the new stuff. We're going to use the amber purple, the really dark amber purple. We're going to add the eyeballs, and then we're going to actually carve into the eyeballs. We're going to go into it. Oh, the new view is awesome. The new view makes it really nice to be able to get in and see the up close. So here we go. We're going to add the eyeballs. Now I got to add a lot to this. give it the look that I'm hoping for. Now, before we carve it, if I leave it as is, it's going to have this Admiral Akbar look. For my Star Wars fans, you know who the hell I'm talking about. Everybody else probably isn't going to get it, but I'll show you Admiral Akbar. You ready? I give you Admiral Akbar. And that's what it looks like before we carve into it. Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. All right, so we're going to grab the brass tool here, and we're going to carve right into it. Like that. And like that. Now, I'm going to show it to you. We got to put a tiny little bit of black in the center. And you're going to see how much of a difference that brass tool makes. Watch. See how much it just changed it up right there? Big Irv! It's a trap. That's right. It's a trap. And there. See how cool those eyeballs look like that? This is a off the hook. This is going to be a wine topper. It is really cool. Thank you for the super chat too. Okay, while we're doing that, as promised earlier today, we were on a stream earlier and I said that I would take this and make some extra leaf pendants. Now, what is a leaf pendant and why am I making them? A leaf pendant is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a pendant made in the form of a leaf. But what I discovered is I got a bunch of this little bit of these random colors of glass. Okay, little bits of it. And sometimes I don't know what to do with it. So now I'm going to make these little leaf pendants and we're going to send them randomly with orders. It's not going to go in every order, but every once in a while, I'm going to drop some extra leaves into an order. So if you get your order and you see a leaf pendant in there, that's why. It's just a random thank you. So we're going to take this and we're going to smash it down. I could probably get 2 or 3 leaves out of this. We're going to see how many we get. And again, we'll use the side cam. So now you can see that little leaf impression in there. Okay. We're going to leave it on side cam for the moment. I'm going to show you how this happens and what happens in real time here. So you heat up the leaf. I don't like that shape. So you heat it up, bring it out like that, and pull ever so slightly. Okay, and then from the side, you give it a little bend. Like that. Just a little tiny bend. And then we're going to carve into it with a knife to give it some texture. Like that. Oh, one right there. And that gives it a little character. So now we got a little bit of a character to the leaf, some straightened edges, some texture, and we give it just a little punch like that. And you can see the colors bouncing through there. This is a very autumn type color. This was gold and silver fuming. And then we're going to take it and put a hook on it. So this one will come back to normal view. So we're going to come back to a normal view here. And we're going to add on a little bale somewhere where it can hang as an ornament or you can wear it. The main thing is, you notice I curved the leaf down at the tip down there. I gave it a little bit of a little curve. And the reason for that curve is so that if someone's wearing it, it doesn't stab you. That little edge is facing away from your chest. Yeah, most guys don't care, but certain women, that would affect them very badly. You know, something poking them in the chest. So I try to think of that when we're designing things and can kind of eliminate that by giving it a little curve. And that way it just makes you feel more comfortable, I would imagine. There we go, little flat hook there. We're going to start. It's really just, I add that curve for comfort. Okay, here we go. We're going to give it a loop. Oop, that came back and bit me. That flame traveled up the rod and it stuck me. Did not feel good. And we're going to smooth that out. And then make sure we got a nice round loop in here. One of the things I find these look really good with is if someone's good at making necklaces, especially like a hemp necklace. If they're able to do that, it's really good. Good night, Bayo. Thank you for everything. And then we're going to separate it. Like that. And then we just got a little basic, where's my camera? Oh, how about I put it on the side view? What's up, Chester? I'm like, where's the camera? So then we got just a little random pendant. And like I said, it's nothing super exotic, but it is cool looking for someone just to wear. It makes a nice little necklace, especially if you're good at like making jewelry or hemp necklace or any type of thing like that. It looks really good. And I just think it's a nice little bonus piece. And we're going to make one more, but I'm going to do it out of this really shimmer color here. We had this left over from today. So we got this really, really shimmery color here. We're going to take that and turn it into a leaf. Come back up here. So we're going to turn this one to a leaf pendant as well. Oh, don't pop on me. There we go. And this will look good too. Yeah, this one's going to be neat. What's up, Coops Granny? How are you, Red Squeak? Yeah, I like the autumn colors. Autumn colors are beautiful. Renee, hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. iCloud, or I could. Sorry, I've just been switching a lot of stuff to, I started using a Mac again. So I got iCloud stuck in my head. It is a nice thank you gift, Barbara. And like I said, it doesn't take much to be able to do it. And I get to I get to come through and use this glass in a useful way. I could be your neighbor. Thank you very much. You could be my neighbor. Sounds like a Mr. Rogers fan. I would be. The glasses are cool. I had them custom made. They are the Meta Ray-Bans with the special didymium filters. I'm going to actually show you what the didymium filter does. We're going to do that right now. Let me just pull this down a little bit. Okay, there we are. So the glasses that I have on have special lenses in them, and they are called didymium lenses. The lenses actually filter out certain light spectrums, and that's what I will show you right here. Ready? Bring it in. There we go. So now you can see a lot better, and that's how the glass reacts to everything. Then we bring it out and back in, back out, back in. All right, let's turn this into a beautiful leaf. Let's go. I have a feeling this one's going to be actually pretty beautiful here. We're dead center. Bring it back. All right, so there is, when you get the impression in there, there's the leaf with the impression. Oh, I remember we put amber purple in with the shimmer. Oh, yeah, this is going to be really good. All right, we're going to leave it on the side view for the moment because we're going to make it look awesome. I think this is going to actually look way better than I anticipated. Yeah, I think we're good on this. Whoever gets this leaf is going to be very happy. Okay, we're going to bring it out, and then we just pull ever so slightly, just a little bit. You don't want to overstretch it, okay? And bring it sideways and give it a bend. There's that bend I was talking about. Oh, a little bit more. That's stiffened up. Give it a little bit more of a bend that way. Just at the tip. Just a little bit of a bend. Again, so it's not stabbing someone's chest in there. And then we're going to come through and just carve in the sides. I'm going to go pretty heavy on this one. I want the transition to look really good here. We're going to do some pretty heavy carving. Really accentuating the sides. Like that. So now you can see we got a nice serrated edges on the side, and it is looking super fantastic there. All right, we're going to go back to top view, front view here. Bring it back and forth again. Pull that out of the way. Add the loop for the necklace again. And it could be a necklace, it could be a ornament, whatever you want it to be. Once it's in your hands, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, bring it out here. Okay, gonna bring it out. Burn that off, and then give it a little flatten. This will make the loop. There we are. I don't want to use amber purple for doing that. Okay, we'll just use this. Grip it, and then we're going to swoop it around and create the bail. So this is exactly where it's going to hang from. There we are. Grab our little tool here, some tweezers, lock it in place. And make sure that the bail itself is super round. So again, any type of chain, cord, or hook can go in here. We're good to go. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. This has been a lot of fun. And I think we're good. I'm going to show you the side view, then we'll detach it. So this is where we get really visual what it looks like. Ready? Has that kind of organic green, a lot of shimmer to it. And it just has that, if you walk down the street with this thing, you will get noticed. And so if you don't want to get noticed, don't wear it. But this thing will blindingly catch someone's attention. And that is no joke. You will definitely have people asking you what that is. Because this is one of those type of pieces that reflects the light in a certain way that people won't miss it. Okay, here we go. Got to get that tip on there just right. There. So now we got the tip on there. I mean, just watch. All right, we're at a distance here. Okay. Sun comes and hits it, that's what you're getting. So if the sun comes around, that's what you're going to get reflecting off of your clothing and everything. You will not be missed. Okay, it has been 3.5 hours of streaming. So I definitely need to take a break. So I really want, if I don't see you again tonight, due to you guys not coming back on, if I do come back on, I hope you have a wonderful Friday evening. Thank you for hanging with me. And we'll definitely be on tomorrow. I don't know what time. If I'm going to be on tomorrow, I'll schedule a stream. So make sure you're subscribed and notifications, because I will schedule the stream and it'll in advance. We'll give a scheduled stream time. Moderators, thank you very much for all your help. All the mods, thank you so much for keeping chat and everything balanced. I really appreciate it. Everybody, members, subscribers, followers that have made comments and hung with me, thank you very much for making my night better by chatting and talking with me. That makes my night a lot better. So I will see you all